Page number 214, passage number 13. Read the following passage carefully and answer the questions given at the end. Answers must be in your own English. Peshawar University 2005. Religion played an important role in the lives of the in the life of the people in the Middle Age. People had a little understanding of the science and they made sense of their world by following their religious beliefs unquestioningly. UNQUESTIONINGLY. In Western Europe and the England, people followed the teaching of the Roman Catholic Church. In England, the church influenced everybody's life. People believed that if they lived honest life, they would go to heaven, and if they were sinner SINNERS, they would go to hell. This is why the people regularly attending church. The church was also very rich and powerful. People were not only expected to go to the mass regularly, but also to pay a 1/10 of their produce to the church. This was called a tithe, TITHE. The produce was sometimes stored in a tithe barn. Many wealthy nobles left land, property and money to the church to gain favor with God. The church was almost as wealthy as the king. The church was made up of many people who had the different duties. The Pope, the head of the church, was considered God representative on the earth and lived in Rome. He was so powerful he could order invasion. Next were the cardinals, archbishop, archbishops, and bishop, who often acted as advisors to the king. Then came the abbot, ABBOTS, and abbesses, ABBESS, who were in charge of the monasteries and convents, CONVENTS. People who wanted to dedicate their lives to God become monks and nuns. Monks lived in monasteries and MONASTRES and
अजीज़ तलबा, ये ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग आपके लिए ह्यूमैनिटेरियन डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एबटाबाद के ज़रिए एहतमाम की गई। ह्यूमैनिटेरियन डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एबटाबाद 2011 से अपनी मदद आपके तहत सेहत, तालीम और मुआशी खुद मुख्तारी के शोबों में बेहतरी के लिए कोशां है। इदारा ने न सिर्फ खैबर पख्तूनख्वा के मुल्क भर के नाबीना तलबा की तालीमी मुश्किलात और रुकावटों को दूर करने के लिए FA ता मास्टर्स लेवल की निसाबी कुतुब और कोर्सेज़, जिनमें अल्लामा इकबाल ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी के कोर्सेज़ भी शामिल हैं, को ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग में मुंतकिल करने का एहतमाम किया है, ताकि नाबीना तलबा आला तालीम तक रसाई हासिल करके मुल्क व कौम की तरक्की और खुशहाली में अपना भरपूर किरदार अदा कर सकें। ये तमाम ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग्स नाबीना तलबा को बिल्कुल मुफ्त फराम की जा रही हैं। नाबीना तलबा के अलावा दीगर तलबा भी इस तालीमी सहूलत से इस्तिफ़ादा कर सकते हैं। ह्यूमैनिटेरियन डेवलपमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एबटाबाद, ईमेल hdoatd@gmail.com, वेबसाइट hdorg.net, राब्ता नंबर 03459541 यानी 0345 95 41 838।
Page number 215. Nuns lived in convents. They look oaths of the poverty and chastity and spend their time in prayers, Bible reading, discussion, and the copying manuscripts. MANUSCRAPTS. The priest were the most junior in the hierarchy of the church. HIERARCH. They were friends, advisors, and the leaders of the people. Friars, Friars, took the sea mouth and monks, but lived among the peasants, assisting the needy. They earned no income, uh, had relied on others income and relied on others for food and the shelter. Peasants could not read or write. The clergy, CLERG, were also able to speak and write in Latin. This put priest PRIESTs in very powerful position. The priests who were often poorly educated performed religious ceremonies and taught the peasants about God. They used large picture on the wall of the church and place to explain Bible to the peasants. Sunday and other religious days were time of the celebration when when everybody could have a break from their work routine and join their friends at such gathering as fairs, sport and general meeting. The church and the churchyard were full to life on such days. Peasants looked forward to religion's feast days. These were called holidays. The church played an important part in education in the Middle Age. The first schools were provided by the church, initially for boys who might later train for the priesthood. Children were taught for read and write Latin in these schools. However, only children with wealthy parents could afford to go to the school. Question number 1. Why was the church so important to people in the Middle Age? Question number 2. How did the church become wealthy and powerful during this time? Page number 216. Question number 3. What was the THITHE? What could one play if one did not have money? Question number 4. If a person wanted to dedicate his life to God, what could he or she do? Question number 5. What did priest explain the writing of the Bible to peasants not able to read to write? Passage number 14. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given at the end. The answer must be in your own words. Shower University 2006. Scientists fear that after centuries of the undiminished glory, the Taj Mahal in Agra may soon be irreparably damaged by the city. Severe pollution problem from the Red Fort, a distance of only 2 kilometers. It is often impossible to see Taj through a cloud of smog and haze which envelops it. The Mathoda METHURA oil refinery, less than 50 kilometers upstream from Taj Mahal, dumps a ton of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere every day. To add to that, there are the more than 150 registered iron foundries in the vicinity. The U.P. government insists that all is fine, but the amount of the suspended particles in the air is more than the 5 times that the government itself says is the maximum that a Taj can sustain without being damaged. A bed of cleanliness scrubbed at the yellowing marbles with the chemicals, and some slabs have been so badly damaged that they have had to be replaced. Not that people have not damaged the Taj Mahal in the past. In 1764, silver doors fitted to the entrance gate were ripped off and carted away. The raiders have also made off with the gold sheets that once lined the subterranean SUBTERRANEAN vault. Environmentalists finally managed to get a hearing in page number 217. The Supreme Court, who ordered that the state government tackle the problem immediately. Now industries within the 50-kilometer radius of the Taj Mahal have been banned. India environmentalists have now launched a petitions PETITION to save the Taj Mahal, aiming to collect 1 million signatures demanding tougher actors AIOU action. Ideas for limiting pollution in the vicinity include banning of the vehicles of all types within a 3-kilometer radius of the Taj Mahal. Visitor would arrive only by the cyclic shaw or tongas. By refusing to take auto rickshaws or taxis to the Taj, tourists can also play a role in helping to stop the damage to glorious monument. Question number 1. What is posing the biggest danger to the glory of the Taj Mahal? Number 2. What are the suspended particles in the air surrounding the area? Number 3. What is the subterranean SUBTERRANEAN vault? VAULT. Number 4. What are the environmentalists? What is their concern? Number 5. Choose the correct meaning of these words from the passage above from the choices given in the parentheses. Part A, haze, meaning dirt, rain, and BLU or blur. Number B, dump, means throws, attack, and discard. Number C, slab, means pillars, pieces, PICES, and doors. Number D, ripped, broken, torn, repaired. Number E, tackle, handle, ignore, and pounder. Passage number 15. Read the following passage carefully and answer the questions given at the end. 15 marks. Harvard University 2007. When a man is compared with the vast world that dwell in the space, he seems insignificant like a leaf in a forest or a grain off and by the sea shore. He appears to be page number 218. Underlined word है contemptible, little things in comparison with the might and the majesty of the nature. But when we consider the high moral and the spiritual stature that man can attain, and when we look at the man's scientific achievement, the glory of our modern intellectual life, the greatness of the man draws upon us. He had measured the stars, harnessed HARNEWCD underlined word, the lightning. He was distilled from the plants and the minerals, valuable medicines to fight diseases and the word of death. When we think that man he accomplished in the domain of the science and creative arts, we thank God that we possess a life, the possibility of the which are so great. But even then, an attitude of humility, HUMILITY, underlined word, is highly desirable. Man is still going on with his subjugation of nature. We have not yet seen all things put under his feet. We see him in the midst of the progress, carrying out the great purpose of being. So vast and varied is the infinitude, infinitude of the nature that there are the perhaps mysteries he will never fathom, FATHOM, problems he will never solve, and secrets he will never discover. At every solve and the secrets he will never discover. At every steps we are conscious of our limitations in the face of our powering nature. Our powering is underlying the force of the nature that he seeks to control the overcome in the end. The Holy Quran rightly says the human beings encompass nothing to his knowledge save that he will question. Question number 1. Why does man seems contemptible little things when compared with the mighty nature? Question number 2. What is the greatness of man realized? Question number 3. Why does the writer think that humanity is required on the part of the man? Question number 4. Explain the content of the last sentence in the passage given below. Page number 219. Question number 5. Write the most appropriate meaning of the underlying word in the above passage. Passage number 16. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given in the end. Your answer must be in your own words. Page number 219. Continue. Peshawar University 2008. In the stock market, a person can be successful and make a fortune one year and another year to be financially ruined. Stock and bonds are bought and sold in the stock and bonds market. Bonds after pay a lower rate of the interest than the stock. In addition, bonds mature more slowly than do stocks. Even so, bonds offer great safety for the buyers. This is because the companies must guarantee to pay bondholders a fixed rate of interest whether they make a profit or not. Bonds are therefore generally a form of a long-term security. This means that they are a safe investment over a long period of time. However, they may not be redeemable right away. In other words, owner of the bonds may have to wait a long time before they are exchange their bonds for money. The interest paid by the stock rises and the falls with enemy during time when the cost of living is rapidly becoming the greater. Stocks are usually better investment than bonds. This is because they pay a much higher interest rather than go bond under these conditions. When the economic conditions are not good, however, bonds are generally a better investment. This is because interest paid by the bond is fixed at a certain rate when they are issued and does not change because of the relation between economy and performance of the stock and the bonds. When people, page number 220, are not sure about the economic condition, they may hesitate before buying anything. They prefer to wait and see what happens to the prices and rate of the interest of the stock and the bonds before investing their money. Questions. Question number 1. When are the stocks usually a better investment than bonds? Question number 2. Which generally pay a higher rate of the interest, stock or the bond? Explain why. Question number 4. Question number 3. When do people hesitate to buy the stock and the bonds? Question number 4. Choose the correct meaning of the given words from the passage above from among the 4 choices given in the parenthesis. A part, mature. 1. Become payable. Number 2. Become slower. Number 3. Ruined. Number 4. Long period. B. Hesitate. Number 1. Buy. Number 2. Wait. Number 3. Price. Number 4. Think. Number C. Redeemable. Number 1. Able to be cashed. Number 2. Right away. Number 3. Able to check. And number 4. Wait. Financially. Number 1. Received. Number 2. Lost. In term of the money, in term of the stock market. Number E. Security. Number 1. Buyer. Number 2. Long term. Number 3. Stock. And number 4. Safety. Passage number 17. Page number 220. Continue. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given at the end. Answer must be in your own English. 15 marks. Peshawar University 2009. In April 1977, the U.S. Department of the Health, Education and the Welfare issued a series of the regulation government the treatment of the handicapped by those educational institutions, social service agencies and the employer that receive the federal funds. The regulations state that the handicapped children have a right to a free education. In page number 221, in the classes with non-handicapped children, whenever possible, school system must identify those in need of their services and bear the cost of the transporting the handicapped to school. On the college level, institutions that are allowed to inquire about the physical and the mental handicap and application forum. Building must be accessible to the students on churches on CRUTCH crutches CRUTCHES or in the wheelchairs. Admission tests that do not penalize students with sensory, manual or the speech handicap must be used. If students need medical aids for participating in the test or class, the institution must provide them or tell the students where they can be obtained. Some academic requirements such as the completion of some physical education courses must be changed if they are difficult for the handicapped person to fulfill. Social services agencies must inform the handicapped of their right and waivers of the rights and the waivers of the rights with regards to health and the welfare services. Employers are not allowed to refuse to the hire or promote the handicapped in account of their handicap. Reasonable accommodation must be made. Physical examination may be required before the employment, but they must be required of all employees. If the examination discloses the condition that does not affect the employee's ability to do his or her job, he or she cannot be refused employment for that reason. So for these regulations apply to organizations receiving federal funds. Hopefully they will spread to society in a journal, because we cannot afford to continue to waste the talent and ability of our handicapped citizens. Question number 1: why did the IFS, Department of the Health, Education and the Welfare, have to issue regulation regarding the handicapped persons? Question number page number 222. Question number 2: what is the regulation about the children's state? Question number 4: what regulations apply to admission test with regard to handicapped person? Question number 5: do you think the government of the Pakistan should issue such regulation, and why? Passage number 18. Peshawar University 2010. Read the following passage and fully and answer the question given at the end. Your answer must be in your own word. The third great defect of our civilization is that it does not know what to do with its knowledge. Science has given us power fit for God, yet we use them like small children. For example, we do not know how to manage our machines. Machines are made to be the man's servant, yet he has grown so dependent on them that they are in fair way to become his master. Already most men spend most of their lives looking after waiting upon the machine, and the machines are very STEM masters. They must be fed with the coal and given petrol to drink and oil to wash with, and they must be tempered at the right temperature, and if they do not get their meal when they expect them, they grow sulky and refuse to work. So burst with rage and blow up and spread ruin and destruction all around them. So we have to wait upon them very attentively and do all that we can to keep them in the good temper. Already we find it difficult either to work or to play without machine, and the time may comes when they will rule us altogether, just as we rule the animals. And this bring me to point at which I asked, what page number 223 do we do with after that time which the machine saved for us and the new energy they have given us? On the whole, it must be admitted we do very little. For the most part, we use our time and energy to make more the better machines, but more and better machines will only give us the still more time and still more energy. And what are we to do with them? The answer, I think, is that we should try to become the more civilized for the machines themselves and the power the machines have given us and our civilizations, but aid to civilization. But you will remember that we agreed at the beginning that being civilized meant making and liking beautiful things. thinking freely and the living rightly and the maintaining justice equally between men and man has a better chance today to do these things than he ever had before. He has more time, more energy, less to fear and less to fight against if he will give his time and energy with his machines have won for him to making more beautiful things, to finding more and more about the universe, to removing the cause of the quarrels between the nations, to discovering how to prevent poverty, then I think our civilization would be the most lasting that there has ever been. Question number one: in what sense, as the author says, have the machines become our masters? Question number two: the use of the machine has brought us more leisure and more energy, but why does the author says that having a more time and the leisure has been a curse rather than a blessing? Question page number 224. Question number 3: what exactly does the author means by the civilization? Do you agree with the author? Question number 4: what does the expression making more beautiful things mean in the passage? Mention some of the beautiful things the author has mentioned. Number 5: what does the author says happens to machines if we do not give them coal to eat and petrol to drink? Passage number 19. Peshawar University 2011. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given at the end. The ability to plan action for which the reward is a long way off in a elaboration of the delayed response, and the sociologists call it a postponement of gratification. It is a central gift that the human brain has, to which there is a no rudimentary match in animal brains until they become the quite sophisticated, wed up in evolutionary scale that a human develop means that we are the concern in our early education, actually with the postponement and the decision, where I am saying something different from the sociologist. We have to put off the decision making process in order to accumulate enough knowledge as a preparation for the further and preparation for the future. That seem an extraordinary things to say, but that is what a childhood is about, that is what a puberty is about, that is what youth is about. I want to put my stress on the postponement of decision quite dramatically, and I mean that the word literally. What is the major drama in English language? It is the Hamlet. What is the Hamlet about? It is a play about a young man, a boy, who is, page number 225, faced with a first great decision to his life, and it is decision beyond his reach to kill the murderer, the king of his father. This is pointless of the ghost to keep on nudging him and saying revenge, revenge. The fact is that the Hamlet as a young is simply not mature intellectually and uh, emotionally. He is not ripe for the act that he is asked to perform, and the whole play is endless postponement of his division while wrestling with himself. WRESTLING. The high point is in the middle of the Act 3. Hamlet sees the king at the prayer. The stage direction are so uncertain that he even hears the KLNG clang at the prayers, confession his crime, and what does Hamlet says? Now I might do it bad, but he does not do it. He is simply not ready for an act of that magnitude in the boyhood. So at the end of the play, Hamlet is murdered. But the tragedy is not that the Hamlet dies. It is that he dies exactly when he is ready to become a great king. Question number 1. Why is it necessary for the youth to put off the making important decision? Question number 3. According to the passage, what is it that make men the superior to lower animals. Question number 3. According to the passage, what is a sign of the maturity? Question number 4. What does the passage claim that the Hamlet was ready to become a great king when he was murdered? Passage number 20. Peshawar University 2012. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question at the end. It takes the young writer a long time to become aware. Page number 226. What language really to as a medium of communication? He thinks he should be able to put down his meaning at once and be done with it, and he puts it down and releases his feeling in language that is meaningless to anyone else, and that he has to learn in that he can load almost any form of the words which is meaning, and he expressing and be expressing himself, but communicating nothing. He has to learn that a language has grown naturally out of the human need to communicate, that it belongs to all those who use it, and its communicative capabilities have developed to meet the general need, that it is the most alive when it comes off the tongue, supported as it always is by the look and the action of the speaker, that the tongue use of it is universal, but that the written one of it is the relatively rare. He must come to see that the tongue use is filled with the clenched, which are the common counters best serving the general need word, and the phrases that come off his tongue made alive by the living presence of himself become on paper that transcription. Somehow he must overcome the capacity of the word to remain that symbols of meaning as they are dictionary. He must breathe BREATHE life into them as he set them on paper. Questions. Question number 1. According to the author, how does a young writer express his meaning? Question number 2. What must be avoided by a writer if he wants to be a successful? Question number 3. What caused the invention of the language among the human beings? Question number 4. What is a spoken language different from the written one? Question number 5. What is a communication according to the writer? Page number 227. Passage number 21. Peshawar University 2013. Read the following passage carefully and answer in your own words. At the end, words the questions at the end. Culture is transmitted largely by the language and by the necessity of the life in close contact to cooperate. The more extensive the communication network, the greater the exchange of the ideas and the beliefs, and the more alike the people become in toleration of diversity and in nothing else. Members of the culture or a nation are greatly in the close contact with one another, and then with the member of the other cultures or nations, they become more like each other and more unlike others, and in this way there develops national character, which is the statistical tendency for a group of the people to share value and follow similar behavior. Frequently, members of one culture will interrupt the national characteristics of another group in the term of their own value. For example, the inhabitants of the South Pacific Island may be considered lazy by citizens of the some industrial nation. On the other hand, it may be that the islanders place great value on the social relationship, but a little value on the productivity, and crops grow with a little attention. The negative connotation of the label lazy is thus unjustified team the point of the view of the island culture. Stereotypes such as the lazy, inscrutable, and dishonest give people the security of the label with which to reach to other in a superficial way, but they are damaging to real understanding among members of the different cultures. People react more to labels than to reality. A block American Peace Corps volunteer, for instance, is page number 228, considered and called a white man by black African. The way they distinction applies to whatever characteristics the was have and they do not have, and the characteristics attributes to that days are usually ones with negative value. The distinction between most obvious in the time of the conflict. For this reason, it is often suggested that the only things that might join all men together on this planet would be an invasion from outer space. We, the Earthlings, would the fight them. Would then fi- We, the Earthlings, would then fight them, the outsiders. Given the great diversities real and the imagined among people of the world is their foundation for hope that someday all the men might join logger to form a single legitimate viable world government. The outcome will probably depend on the political evolution of the mankind. Today, the most silent political group is a nation. We live in an age of hence nationalism. The hope for the world government rests in the possibility that the someday nations will outgrow this nationalistic state when men came to believe they owe their ultimate loyalty to mankind and not to a narrow political division. Communication will play a key role in such an evolution. The old maxim, West and the East is East, and never the twain shall meet. In outdate, it had meaning at a time and when world communication was just emerging from a dark age. Today, there is a global contact among the people. East does meet West, but this has not yet ensured understanding. Questions. Question number 1: what is the national character and how does it develop? Question number 2: what do people of one culture misinterpret characteristics of the other culture? Question page number 229. Question number 3: what are the stereotypes and how do they affect mutual understanding between the different groups? And question number 4: what according to the writer can bring the diverse group of the people together? Question number 5: how would a world government become possible? Passage number 22, Peshawar University 2014. Read the following passage carefully and answer in your own words the question at the end. That night, blizzard, BLIZZAID, commenced increasing in the fury from the moment to moment. They now found that the place chosen for the shelter was worse than the useless they had for better than build it in the open for fire wind instead of the striking striking them directly was deflected onto them in the furious WHIRLING whirling gusts. Heavy blocks of the snow and the rocks placed on the roof were whirled WHIRLED away and the canvas ballooned up, tearing and staring at its SECURING. Its disappearance could only be a matter of the time. Inside the hut, they waited for the roof to vanish. What they could do if it went, and vainly endeavoring to make it secure. After 14 hours, it went, and they were trying to pin down one corner. The soother to snow was upon them, and they could only dive for their sleeping bags with the gasp. All their silent for the sleeping bags with the gasp. All they silent for the night and the half a day while the wind hold HOWLED on the snow entered every chick CHIN chink and crevice CREVICE of the sleeping bags, and the occupants shivered SHIVERED and the wondered how it would all end. The wind fell WND. The wind fell at noon the following day. The FORLOR travels emerged from their icy nest, spread their floor clothes overhead and lit their Primus stove. They tasted their first food for the 48 hours and began to plan a means to page number 230 build a shelter on the homeward route. They decided that they must dig a large pit nightly and cover it as best a day started homeward, and immediately another blizzard fell on them, holding them prisoners for 2 days. By this time, the miserable condition of their effects was beyond description. The sleeping bags were far too stiff to be rolled up. In fact, they were so hard frozen that attempts to bend them actually split the skin. All stock, fur, boots, and the gloves had long been coated with ice placed in the breast pocket or inside the vest. At night they did not even show sign of thawing, much less of drying. If it sometimes took 3/4 of an hour to get into the sleeping bags, so flat did it freeze and so difficult was it to be open. It is scarcely possible to realize the horrible discomforts of the forlorn travels as they plodded back across the barrier with the temperature again constantly below 60. In this fashion, they reached Hut Point and on the following night their home quarters. Questions. Question number 1. Why were the shelters useless? Question number 2. What did the travelers do when the shelters were blown off? Question number 3. What did they plan to shelter on their way back? Question number 4. What did their sleeping bags cause them much trouble? Question number 5. How many days did they take to react? They take to reach their home martyrs after the first blizzard. BLIZZAID. Passage number 23, Peshawar University 2015. Read the following passage carefully and answer the question given at the end. Your answer must be in your own words. Page number 231. The psychic basic of the American mass sport is tribal and the feudal. Baseball is a good example of the modern TOTEM. Symbols: bracket cub, tiger, Indians, pirates, doggers, and braves. Heading close. And the sustained tribal animosities. ANIMOSITIES. The spectator is not on the team, but he can be for the team. He identifies himself with one team, sometimes with one player, who become a jousting JOUSTING champion CHAMPION, wearing his color in a medieval MEDIEVAL tournament. Hence, the hero symbolism is in American sport, and the impassioned IMPASSIONED hero worship, which makes gods GODS of the mortals Medicore MEDIOCRE in every other respects, and give them the place among the immortal IWMORTALS that the French reserve for their academy intellectuals. There is a stylized STYLIZED relation of the artist to mass audience in the sport. Essentially, in the baseball, each player develops a style of his own. The swagger, SWAGGER, as he steps to the plate, the unique wind up pitcher has the clean swinging and the hard driving hits, the precision, quickness, and the grace of the infield and the outfield, sense of the surplus power behind whatever is done. There is a style of the spectator also. He become the expert in the ritual ritual of insult, the provocation and the drag fedocio and the brag fedocio bragfadocio. He boost of the exaggerated um, prowess PROW of his team and the crisis down the skill and the courage of the other. He develops a sustained feuds FEUDS carrying on the guerrilla GUERRIAA war with the umpires UMPIRES and an organized um, badinage with the players, while the consumes mountains of the uh, ritual ritual hot dogs and the drinks oceans of the ritual soda pop. Each sport developed its own legendary woven WOVEN around the stars who become folk heroes. The figure in the baseball hall of the fames have their sagas SAGS told and retold in page number 232 newspaper and biographies, and the Plutarchs who recounts exploits become themselves notable figure in the culture. Some of these sports rights later become a political columnist COLUMNISTS, perhaps on the assumption that politics itself is only a sport riddles with a greater hypocrisy, and that it takes a salty and the hard hitting sports writer to expose the politicians. The sport heroes become a national possessions like the Grand Canyon and the gold in the Fort Knoxkey and OX. It is hard for people who in their childhood have tragedy the sport legendary as a cherished CHERISHUD illusion to surrender it when they grow up. Page number 232 continue. Question number 1. How is American mass sport tribal and the feudal in nature? Give example for the passage. Question number 2. How do the spectator identity themselves with the sportsman? Question number 3. Why and how does the spectator of the sport develop his own style? Question number 4. Why do you think the writer believes some sport columnists become political columnists? Question number 5. Choose the correct meaning of the given words from the passage above about out of the 4 choices given in the parenthesis. Page number 233. Question number 5. 15 marks. Grammar. Number 1. Rearrangement of the jumbled words in normal English words order. 5 marks. Question number 2. Correction of the sentences. 5 marks. Question number 3. Use the correct form of the word expression given in parentheses. 5 marks. Page number 234. Chapter number 9. Arranging in normal words order. Exercise from the university paper. Exercise number 1. Peshawar University 2000. A. Arrange the following order in a normal English word order to make a correct sentence from each set. Number 1. Complex life passes time as more and more becomes. Correct answer is as time passes life become more and more complex. Number 2. Forest the of king the is lion the. Correct answer. The lion is the king of the forest. Question number 3. Milk split our use no is it carrying off. Answer is it is of no use carrying our split milk. Question number 4. Hours to buy was late train the. Answer is the train was late by 2 hours. Question number 5. Question 5. Getting sun, the hotter is day and hotter by day. Answer is the sun is getting hotter and hotter day by day. Exercise number 2. Peshawar University 2001. Arrange the following words in normal English words order to make the correct sentences from each set. Number 1. Use, milk, it, crying, no, our is split off. Answer is it is of no use crying our split milk. Number 2. Borrow, may, your, please, I, pen. Answer is may I borrow your pen please. Page number 235. Question number 3. Raw, unloaded, truck, the materials, the from where. Answer is the raw materials were unloaded from the truck. Question number 4. Done, work, much, to, these, is. Question number answer number 4. There is much work to be done. एक्चुअली मैं इसको इस तरह से पढ़ रही हूँ कि जो जम्बल्ड क्वेश्चंस हैं उनके आंसर मैं उसी टाइम दे रही हूँ. एक्चुअली बुक में इस तरह से नहीं लिखा हुआ. अगर उस तरह से बुक वाला मैंने पढ़ा तो समझने में बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. ये बहुत ज़्यादा ईजी है कि एकदम क्वेश्चन के बाद फ़ौरन मैं आंसर इसको रीड कर रही हूँ. Exercise number 3. Peshawar University 2002. Arrange the following words in normal English order to make a correct sentences from each set. Number 1. Mother, the invention of necessity is. Answer is necessity is the mother of invention. Number 2. Bitten, shy, twice, one. Answer is once bitten, twice shy. Number 3. The crow throw is milk, white, black, its is. Answer is throw the crow is black, its milk is white. Number 4. Calls, pot, the black, the kettle. Answer is the kettle calls the pot black. Number 5. Walking, life's shadow but a. Answer is life is but a walking shadow. Exercise number 4. Peshawar University 2003. A. Arrange the following set of words in the normal English order to make a correct sentence from each set. Number 1. Half an hour plane delayed London. Hour was for about at. Page number 236. Answer is our plans were delayed for about half an hour at London. Number 2. Wanted John the English novel in course the. Answer is John wanted the novel in the English course. Number 3. Team, paper, economic, Thursday I due by have in. Answer is I have term paper in economics due by Thursday. Number 4. Willis Ferry in made good grades algebra. Answer is Willis made very good grades in algebra. Number 5. Orson fastest certainly 3 of the prayers was the. Answer is Orson was certainly Certainly the fastest of the 3 prayers. Exercise number 5. Gomal University 2001. A. Arrange the following word in the normal English word order to make a correct sentences for each set. Number 1. Complex, life passes time as more and more becomes. Answer is as more and more time passes life become complex. Number 2. Forest, the of king, the is line the. Answer is the line is the king of the forest. Number 3. Milk split our use no is it carrying off. Answer is it is of no use carrying over the split milk. Number 4. Horse. Number 4. Hours to buy was late train. Answer is the train was late by 2 hours. Number 5. Getting sun, the hotter day and hotter by day. Answer is the sun is getting hotter and hotter day by day. Page number 237. Exercise number 6. Gomal University 2002. A. Arrange the following word in the normal English word order to make a correct sentences from each set. Number 1. Bread, bread, alone cannot buy live man. Answer is man cannot live by bread alone. Number 2. Notice people corner at you did crowd the of the. Answer is Did you notice the crowd of people at the corner? Number 3. My room bags, my please to take. Answer is please take my bags to my room. Number 4. Party to brought the he friend his. Number 4. Answer is he brought his friend to the party. Number 5. Casual have we other each our relationship with. Answer is we have a casual relationship with each other. Exercise number 7. Global University 2003. Arrange the following word in the normal English word order to make a correct sentence from each set. Number 1. Fascinating is a science geology. Answer is geology is a fascinating science. Number 2. Father her evening on took flight Karachi to. Answer is her father took an evening flight to Karachi. Number 3. Night call you late me did. Answer is did you call me last night? Number 4. Soon new factory the open will. Answer is the new factory will open soon. Number 5. Report have finished your. Answer is have you finished your report? Page number 238. Exercise number 8. Peshawar University 2004. Arrange the following words in normal English order to make a correct sentences from each set. Number 1. The chair. Number 1. He chair the broke arm of the. Answer is he broke the arm of the chair. Number 2. They her behind criticize her back. Answer is they criticize her behind her back. Number 3. I put to have been my ears these days in work. Answer is I have been up to my ears in work these days. Number 4. Alia good eyes design beauty in for has a. Answer is Alia has a good eyes for beauty in design. Number 5. You speak face should to face to him. Answer is you should speak to him face to face. Exercise number 9. Peshawar University 2005. Arrange the following groups of the word in the normal English order to make a correct sentence. Number 1. Work able himself to do by he the is. Answer is he is able to do the work by himself. Number 2. Answer as soon as please my can letter you. Answer is please answer my letter as soon as you can. Number 3. Interfere do not plan with their intent I too. Answer is I do not intend to interfere with their plan. Number 4. His brother he army joined like Peter has. Answer is Peter had joined the army like his brother. Number 5. Where I party which to the dress shall. Answer is which dress shall I wear to the party. Page number 239. Exercise number 10. Peshawar University 2006. Arrange the following group of the words in normal English order to make the correct sentences. Number 1. Right I have over to all again might it. Answer is I might have to write it all over again. Number 2. Told to him it would be she for her that go impossible. Answer is she told me that it would be impossible for her to go. Number 3. Reply I for you wait patiently will. Answer is I would wait patiently for your reply. Number 4. Out Peter yesterday found only. Answer is the Peter found out only yesterday. Number 5. Are you help to me out willing? Number 5. Answer is are you willing to help me out? Exercise number 11. Peshawar University 2007. Arrange the following group of the words in normal English order to make a correct sentences. Number 1. Questions police must he the by have been. Answer is he must have been questioned by the police. Number 2. And will all is that well. Answer is all is well that ends well. Number 3. Away rotten throw he apple the. Answer is he threw away the rotten apple. Number 4. Drowning the saved he be child from must. Answer is the child must be saved from the drowning. Number 5. Late never better than. Answer is better late than never. Page number 240. Exercise number 12. Peshawar University 2008. Arrange the following words in correct English words order so as to make correct sentences. Number 1. Reply I wait will patiently you evening until. Answer is I will patiently wait for you for you until evening. Number 2 is the he by do to himself able work. Answer is he able to do work by himself? Number 3, shall the dress to which party I wear tomorrow? Answer is which dress shall I wear to the party tomorrow? Number 4, him to face to should face speak you. Answer is you should speak to him face to face. Number 5, you letter can my please as soon as answer. Answer is please answer my letter as soon as possible. Exercise number 13, Peshawar University 2009. Arrange the following group of the word in normal English order to make correct answer. Number 1, work able himself to do by he the is. Answer is he is able to do the work by himself. Number 2, answer as soon as please my can letter you. Answer is please answer my letter as soon as you can. Number 3, interfere do not plan with their intent I do. Answer is I do not intend to interfere with their plan. Number 4, his brother the army joined like Pyre his. Answer is Pyre Pyre has joined the army like his brother. Number 5, wear party which to the dress shall. Answer is which dress shall I wear to the party? Page number 241. Exercise number 14, Peshawar University 2009. Arrange the following word in the normal English words order to make a correct form of the each set. Number 1, the chair. Number 1, he chaired the broke arm of the. Answer is he broke the arm of the chair. Number 2, they her behind criticize her back. Answer is they criticize her behind her back. Number 3, I up to have been my ear these days in the work. Answer is I have been up to my ear in work these days. Number 4, Alia good eye design beauty in for has a. Answer is Alia has a good eyes for beauty in design. Number 5, you speak face should to face to him. Answer is you should speak to face to him. You should speak to him face to face. Exercise number 15, Peshawar University 2010. Arrange the following group of the word in correct English word order to make correct sentences. Number 1, asked he what house me did I if knew the new his cost. Answer is page number 242 पे आके he asked me if I knew what did the new house cost him. Then number 2, air open the in I work to like. Answer is I like to work in open air. Number 3, here he years he for and last his the entire for a family us are to known. Answer is he and his entire family are known to us for the last 4 years. Number 4, flowers rose favorite is my one of. Answer is rose is one of my favorite flower. Number 5, times our difficult country very through passing in. Answer is our country is passing through very difficult time. Page number 242, exercise number 16, Peshawar University 2011. Arrange the following group of the word in the correct English words order to make a correct sentences. Radiation in space. There are must fear man two sorts of. Answer is there are the two sorts of radiation in the space. Man must fear. Question number 2, a great surrounded by the ocean which is continent. A huge is Antarctica. Answer is Antarctica is a great continent surrounded by a huge ocean. Number 3, while telephoned out where people you several. Answer is several people were out while you telephone. Number 4, true be it that cannot it good is so news. Answer is the news is so good that it cannot be true. Number 5, us that he ever come hardly a pity is at our house of see it. Answer is it is a pity that he hardly even come at our house to see us. Exercise number 17, Peshawar University 2012. Arrange the following group of the word in the correct English word order to make correct sentences. Page number 243. Number 1, looked she at told that I went truth me her daggers. Answer is When I look at her dagger, she told me the truth. Number 2. Using is long the burnt pencil. Answer is he's using a long burnt pencil. Number 3. Fast, we enough, you going are for. Answer is we are going fast enough for you. Number 4. Mary so wonder Mary I why today is. Answer is why is Mary so Mary today? I wonder. Number 5. It tell I you about can what. Answer is what can I tell you about it? Exercise number 18. Peshawar University 2013. Arrange the following group of the word in the correct English words order to make correct sentences. Number 1. His, he, not of, does, out, back, promise. Answer is he does not back out of his promise. Number 2. Air, open, the, in, I work to like. Answer is I like to work in the open air. Number 3. Years, he, for, and, first, his, me, entire, for, family, us are known to. Answer is he and his entire family are known to us for the last 4 years. Number 4. Flowers, rose, favorite is my one of. Answer is rose is one of my favorite flowers. Number 5. Time, our difficult country very through passing is. Answer is our country is passing through very difficult time. Exercise number 19. Peshawar University 2014. Arrange the following groups of the word in the correct English words to make the correct sentences and write them in your answer book. Number 1. Complex, become, life passes, time and more and more. Number 2. Forest, the of, king, the is, line, the. Number 3. Milk, split, our, use, no, it is, carry off. Number 4. Hours to buy, was, late, train, the. Number 5. Getting sun is he, hotter, day by and hotter by day. Answer. Number 1. Life become more and more complex as time passes. Number 2. The lion is the king of forest. Number 3. It is of no use crying over split milk. Number 4. The train was late by the 2 hours. Number 5. The sun is getting hotter and hotter day by day. Exercise number 20. Peshawar University 2015. Arrange the following word in the correct English word order so as to make correct sentences for them. Number 1. Said I not have, did, what thing, way you I. Number 2. Is the he by do to himself able work well very. Number 3. Should the dress believe to do which you party I wear tomorrow. Number 4. Him to face to if face speak you good will it be. Number 5. You letter can by please as soon as to reply. Answer is why did you say I think I have not said. Number 2. He himself is able to do the work very well. Number 3. Which party dress do you believe should wear tomorrow? Number 4. It will be good will if you speak face to face to him. Number 5. Please reply my letter as soon as you can. ये 244 पेज था ये वाला and now 245 page. Chapter number 10. Correction of the sentences. Exercise from university paper. Exercise number 1. Peshawar University 1998. Correct the following sentences. Number 1. She was upset last night because she had to do too many homework. Number 2. How much time do they take to do the experiment? Number 3. He hardly never misses an opportunity to play. Number 4. He has decided how to deal with the new problem already. Answers are number 1. She was upset last night as she had to do too much homework. Number 2. How much time do you take to do the experiment? Number 3. He hardly misses an opportunity to play. Number 4. He has already decided how to deal with the new problem. Exercise number 2. Peshawar University 1999. Correct the following sentences. Number 1. We should not spend money for luxuries. Number 2. They were married with each other. Number 3. With accident he was admitted in hospital. Number 4, she told the baby that do not pluck flowers. Number 5, Pakistan cricket team is best than the Indian team. Page number 246. Answer: we should not spend money on luxuries. Number 2, they were married to each other. Number 3, due to an accident, he was admitted in hospital. Number 4, she ordered the baby not to pluck flowers. Number 5, Pakistan cricket team is better than the Indian team. Page number 246 continue है. Exercise number 3. Peshawar University 2000. Correct the following sentences. Number 1, the mother told the baby that do not spoil your dress. Number 2, Lucy climbed many a hill but never reached the town. Number 3, every workers pay a small money from their pay to benevolent benevolent fund. Number 4, wheat is cultivating in autumn. Number 5, Sindh and Balochistan have struck struck dropped DROUGHT. Answers are: number 1, the mother forbade the child to spoil her dress. Number 2, Lucy climbed many a hills but never reached the town. Number 3, Number 3, every worker pays a small money from his pay to the benevolent fund. Number 4, wheat is cultivated in autumn. Number 5, drought has struck Sindh and Balochistan. Exercise number 4, Peshawar University 2001. Correct the following sentences. Number 1, what is the older child in the class? Question mark. Number 2, they sat over the tree to eat their picnic lunch. Page number 247. Number 3, Shakila went to an evening class to learn how to sew. Number 4, I saw himself in a mirror. Number 5, Ashamed and Shakila have been married since 2 months. Answers are: number 1, who is the oldest child in the class? Number 2, they sat under the tree to eat their picnic lunch. Number 3, Shakila went to an evening class to learn how to sew. Number 4, I saw myself in the mirror. Number 5, Ahmed and Shakila have been married for 2 months. Exercise number 5, Peshawar University 2002. Correct the following sentences. Number 1, I did all my work himself. Answer is: I did all my work myself. Number 2, I have great faith on God. Answer is: I have great faith in God. Number 3, I have not seen him since 2 years. Answer is: I have not seen him for 2 years. Number 4, he had not have his breakfast when I called. Answer is: he had not had his breakfast when I called. Number 5, he is the most intelligent than any boy in the class. The answer is: he is the more intelligent than any boy in the class. Exercise number 6, Peshawar University 2003. Correct the following sentences. Page number 248. Number 1, we should introduce us to our new neighbors. Number 2, if you forget things, you should write you a note. Number 3, Lloyd become involved in the plot without him knowing it. Number 4, blow his whistle furiously. FURIOUSLY. The policeman stopped the car. Number 5, the color in the picture do not seem applied very even. Answers are: number 1, we should introduce ourselves to our new neighbors. Number 2, if you forget, you should write a note for yourself. Number 3, Lloyd become involved in the plot without knowing it. Number 4, blowing the whistle furiously. The policeman stopped the car. Number 5, the color in the picture do not seem to have been applied very evenly. Exercise number 7, Global University 2001. Correct the following sentences. Number 1, the mother told the baby that do not spoil your dress. Number 2, Lucy climbed many a hill and never reached the town. Number 3, every worker pay a small money from their pay to benevolent fund. Number 4, wheat is cultivated in autumn. Number 5, Sindh and Balochistan have stuck drought. Answer as the mother told the baby not to spoil her dress. Page number 249. Answers are number 1. The mother told the baby not to spoil her dress. Number 2. Lucy climbed many a hill but never reached the town. Number 3. Every worker pays a small money from his pay to benevolent fund. Number 4. Wheat is being cultivated in the autumn. Number 5. Drought has struck Sindh and Balochistan. Exercise number 8. Government University 2002. Correct the following sentences. Number 1. She is dyeing the clothes. Number 2. He had an easy access to the key. Number 3. In what city do you live at? Number 4. I need a land of 20 rupees. Number 5. We all pray for world peace. Answers are number 1. She is dyeing the cloth. Number 2. He had an easy access to the key. Number 3. The city do you live in? What city do you live in? Question mark. Number 4. I need a loan of 20 rupees. Number 5. We all pray for world peace. Exercise number 9. Government University 2003. Correct the following sentences. Number 1. His writing was ineligible. Number 2. He was laying down to rest when the telephone rang. Number 3. The toy was made of lead. Number 4. We strolled down the lane together. Number 5. He did it on his own accord. Page number 250. Answer. His writing was illegible. He was lying down to rest when the telephone rang. The toy was made of lead. Number 4. He strolled down the lane together. Number 5. He did it at his own accord. Exercise number 10. Peshawar University 2004. Correct the following sentences. Number 1. Something has done wrong to the machine. Number 2. I do not think someone is interested in his talk. Number 3. He talks incoherent whenever he gets drunk. Number 4. Blowing his whistle furious, the policeman stopped the car. Number 5. It was a beautiful scene, splendid and awful. Answers are number 1. Something has gone wrong with the machine. Number 2. I do not think anyone is interested in his talk. Number 3. He talks coherently whenever he gets drunk. Number 4. Blowing his whistle furiously, the policeman stopped the car. Number 5. It was a beautiful, splendid and awful scene. Exercise number 11. Peshawar University 2005. Find and correct the mistake in the following sentences. Peter entered the competition confidently because of felt sure would win. Number 2. Delays was very annoyed because we were in the hurry each there.